Today Matt and I are down in Elk Grove again, but today we're at Barbara Morse Wackford Community and Aquatic Center and Skate Park, otherwise known as Elk Grove Skatepark. I guess when you get too hot in the skate park, you can just head right over to the water park and cool off. Got a street section right here. Got a smaller bowl over here, a little square section into a deeper round section, and a big kind of scary looking cloverleaf bowl here that looks real deep and vert. At the roll-in right here, it's about a 5-foot section, and then probably the next deepest section over here, this round bowl, I would say this is probably about 7 feet here. And then, let's see, this one over here is probably coming into about 8 foot deep. And then let's see the deep one over here. Wow, it's kind of a tight bowl too. Kind of a tight bowl, and this is probably at least 10. So we got about 5, 7, 8, and 10 feet deep, it looks like. The smaller bowl, I would say this is about 4 foot in the shallow square end. And then down in the deeper part is probably about 6. Maybe a little more than 6. Let's skate it. That was so scary. That was so close to a hang up there. Matt and I, we've been learning roll-ins or drop-ins or acid drops, which I've gone through a big stage of learning drop-ins because they're always scary when you first try it. Just like that one. He's been doing them for a little bit now. That was really close to a hang up, but here's the stages that I've gone through. First, back when I was in high school, started sitting down on the edge and dropping in that way. Next is the tail drop in, which is always really scary for anybody doing it for their first time. The next thing is a roll in at an angle, which is pretty scary in itself because you're just kind of rolling over the edge, but you're kind of doing it at an angle. Not straight in, but at an angle so that you have less of a chance of hanging up and just rolling over, which is kind of a little bit like doing a grind where you kind of go up and come back in, except you're just doing it from the top. So again, a little more scary, a little more dangerous, but that's the next step. Then after that is what's called the acid drop, which is straight over the edge, no angle or anything, and you've got a serious factor of hanging up, which means if your trucks hang up like this, that means you're going to be shooting down and kind of diving into the bowl, which just imagine, you know, taking a dive into a swimming pool without any water in it. So this is the most dangerous and hazardous of them all, but it's the next step up, where the scariest thing on a tail drop is shooting out, where you shoot your board out, you lean back, because you got to commit to it. You got to lean forward as though you're going to be riding, but the tendency is when you're scared is to lean back and you're going to shoot out. So this is the scariest one, where you just roll straight over the edge.
You good? good?
Just a little unplanned demonstration of what happens when things don't go right on an acid drop. I don't know if you can see down there, but I think I flew too far in and didn't go right. Ooh.
That proves you it's waxed. That thing is crazy.
It's tight and it's deep.
Yeah, I mean, look at this is like a crazy. I could start from there and have enough speed to
Yeah, that roll-in right there is pretty quick, huh? Steep and quick.
Roll and take you straight into that. That's like suicidal.
Double roll-in, one there and one before the deep bowl. Ooh, that was scary going over that tight hip.
I have to say, I think this bowl is the most terrifying bowl I've ever skated. I think it's terrifying because the drop off when you're going up to it, it really feels like it's just a straight drop off.
A number of years back when Matt was really little, a friend of mine asked if we would come out to a skate park around here, a really small bowl in a park, to help his son learn how to skateboard. Afterwards, we came here and we were on the other side of the fence over here looking in at this thing, and he says, "What do you think about this one?" And I looked in here at that time and I went, "Man, this is like an advanced skate park. I don't know about taking him in here," because I felt scared looking at this huge bowl over here. But here we are skating it today. What are your first impressions here?
Pretty gnarly park. It's like either super mellow like this or like super gnarled coping, roughness, not coping, but like all the tranny's super rough.
Yeah, you know, it seems different. I don't know if it's just the parts that have been ridden more or what, but
I think so.
some parts are really smooth and some parts are rough.
Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, it's a gnarly park.
Yeah, it's fun though for something different to ride.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Anything. Didn't have anything like this when I was a kid, so yeah. These are kind of cool. Mr. Euro Gap. As usual, it's a little difficult riding in a new park, but after riding it a little while, learning some lines and trying some new tricks, it's pretty fun.